BRD is an issue for cattle producers and veterinarians alike. In Oklahoma, Dr. Timothy Starks owns a mobile veterinary practice, Starks Veterinary Services, and he has his own cattle operation, Starks Cattle Company. Dr. Starks tells us that BRD is still the #1 animal health issue that he sees every day for both his operation as well as his clientele.
My business, my veterinary practice is a little unique to most because I'm not only a veterinarian and a stocker producer. I owned a livestock auction for 20 years. And I currently now spend about half of my time as an order buyer or a livestock dealer, helping procure these animals and put them together for my clients. So my cattle operation, we primarily deal with lightweight, unweaned calves that we purchased from all regions of the United States, different classes of cattle, some very high-risk calves, some calves that are highly vaccinated and coming straight off ranches. But our typical purchase is an animal weighing between 400 and 500 pounds. And we try to make those cattle weigh 800 to 900 pounds and then market most of them to go to the feed yards. The reason why we buy the lightweight calves and commingle and put them together is we can add value to them ourselves by getting their health situation fixed, getting them in a proper nutrition plane, and then assembling them into larger groups of similar cattle so that we can market. BRD is still #1 issue for the stocker producer. Obviously, many influences affect the time of year and how hard the push is or how hard the morbidity rate is for us. But year in and year out, that's still going to be the #1 issue that we have to face as far as getting our cattle on their feet and gaining weight and moving forward. So we're in a really, really tight margin business. The market dictates that there's a small margin for the stocker producer to make his profit in this business. And so if we don't manage BRD properly, it can become a very large, unexpected expense and take all of the profitability for the next 6 months of production away from our producer. There's many, many steps along the way of handling these cattle from when they leave their ranch of origin till they land at a stocker operation like this. And certainly vaccination or proper vaccination is important. But in my opinion, over the last few years, the other steps have played a bigger role in the success of a stocker operation. It starts the morning they're pulled off the cow, proper handling in the sorting facilities, transportation. Certainly for us, weather dictates a lot about how we're going to handle these cattle when we get them. And without a doubt, proper nutrition. If we push on these cattle too hard in the early days, we're going to create some of the respiratory problems that come later on. So when we receive the calves, we obviously put them through a vaccination protocol with a first round of shots and booster vaccinations. We used viral vaccinations, the clostridials. Seasonally, we vaccinate for such things as pink eye and foot rot. We do the deworming and the external parasite control. And typically, unless the cattle have a good background of having those shots prior to us receiving them, we'll recommend to our clients or for our own selves, we'll go back and follow up and booster all of those products again. We just need to get them ready for the next stage in their life, whenever nutritionally they're going to be pushed and demands are going to be put on them from a health perspective. So for us to be successful in a weaning program or a stocker operation, we have to keep our cattle a little bit hungry for the first few days. If we ever catch them and get them full and get them relaxed at the bunk, we typically are going to have health issues in 10 days to 2 weeks. So the cattle that are standing behind us that are walking and bawling this morning, that's on purpose. We want those cattle, when we show up to feed in the morning, we want those cattle responsive. We want them to come to us. That helps us evaluate health problems and other issues that's going on in the pen. Proper nutrition or balance in their gut is very, very critical to our success with respiratory disease and other issues.